The Vanishing of Evelyn Carter. A True Crime of Love. Chapter 1. The Caregiver. In a world of broken people, some hearts are made for healing, but even healers can be hurt. Studio microphone, narration cue, soft tone. In every hospital, there's that one nurse, the one everyone trusts, the one who stays past her shift, the one who knows your name even when you've forgotten hers. In Olympia, Washington, that nurse was Evelyn Carter. Cloud with Rain, Olympia, Washington, fall 2017. Evelyn Carter was 32 years old. Steady hands, steady heart. 7 years at Cascade Regional Hospital working trauma and recovery. She'd seen everything: blood, grief, miracles, but never let it harden her. Her colleagues called her Saint Evie. To her patients, she was the voice that said you're safe now. To her friends, she was the one who never said no. And to those who really knew her, she was someone trying to fill a silence that never left after her father's death. She lived alone in a modest apartment near the Evergreen State College campus. Small kitchen, second-hand furniture, daisy-patterned curtains. Evelyn liked quiet things. Morning walks, rain tapping her window, warm coffee before dawn. She volunteered at her church choir on Sundays, hiked with her friend Tanya on weekends, and called her mom every Thursday night. No secrets, no scandals, just a life built on care. Until October 9th, 2017, the night everything began. Ambulance scene, Cascade Regional Trauma Bay, 11:27 p.m. The call came over the intercom. Incoming trauma, Highway 101. Male, late 30s to early 40s. Car versus barrier. Significant impact. ETA, 2 minutes. Evelyn adjusted her gloves, tied her hair back, and nodded to Dr. Patel. It was routine. Another late-night crash on wet pavement. But when the doors burst open, and she saw the man on the stretcher, she felt something she couldn't explain. The patient was pale, blood streaking down his temple, leg twisted under gauze and metal brace. BP 92/60, pulse 120, multiple fractures, possible internal bleed. His eyes fluttered open, dazed. "Where am I?" Evelyn leaned in. "You're at Cascade Regional. You've been in an accident. We're going to take care of you." He blinked, confused. "My name's Daniel Reeves." The paramedic frowned at the paperwork. No ID, no wallet. Cars registered under a different name. Nothing matched. Dr. Patel ordered scans. Evelyn started for fluids, steady and calm. But as she looked into Daniel's eyes, green, weary, searching, she felt something strange. Not romance, not yet. Something softer, like pity. He looked like a man who had lost everything. Hours later, after surgery, Daniel was transferred to recovery. Broken femur, cracked ribs, mild concussion. Lucky to be alive. Evelyn wrote his name on the chart. Daniel Reeves, M. 41. No known contacts. She lingered by his bedside a little longer than usual. Studio microphone, narration cue, somber. Evelyn Carter believed every life was worth saving. But sometimes the person you save is the one who ends yours. Sunrise scene, recovery ward, morning light. Daniel stirred awake. His leg was in traction, bandaged and elevated. Evelyn was checking his vitals. "Daniel, you were there last night, weren't you?" Evelyn, "Yes, you came in after the crash. How are you feeling?" Daniel, grimacing, "Like I lost a fight with the highway." They shared a small laugh. He asked about his belongings. There were none. The police were still identifying the wreck. When Evelyn asked for emergency contacts, Daniel hesitated. "There's no one. Not anymore. Family? No. Friends? Not really." He paused. "My wife, she died. House fire. 5 years ago." Evelyn's voice softened. "I'm sorry. I tried moving on. Different cities, different jobs. But it's hard when you're the one who made it out." She wrote quietly on his chart, but her eyes lingered on his face. The sadness there wasn't just pain, it was history. Over the next few days, Daniel stayed polite, reserved. thanked every nurse, never complained. But whenever Evelyn was near, his demeanor changed, gentler, warmer. He asked about her life, her work, her family. And though she'd been warned never to blur lines, she found herself answering. She told him about Spokane, about her dad, her siblings, about singing in the church choir. He listened like no one had before, and in those small exchanges, something began to grow. Studio microphone, narration cue, soft, reflective. Sometimes love doesn't arrive like lightning. Sometimes it's a whisper in a hospital room. Two broken souls trying to make each other whole. Mantelpiece clock, scene. Staff lounge, 9:15 p.m. Tanya Miller, her best friend and fellow nurse, poured coffee. Evie, you've been spending a lot of time in room 12. Evelyn smiled faintly. He doesn't have anyone. He's just kind of lost. You're a nurse, not a therapist. Don't get too close. It's not like that. Tanya raised an eyebrow. You sure? I saw the way he looks at you. Evelyn laughed it off, but the words lingered. That night, when she checked Daniel's chart one last time before leaving, he was awake. You're here late, just finishing rounds. You didn't have to come back. I know. They shared a quiet smile. Crescent moon scene, hospital corridor, midnight. Evelyn walked toward the exit. The hallway lights flickered. Down the corridor, she glimpsed a man she didn't recognize. Dark coat, hat, watching room 12. When she turned to look again, he was gone. She shook her head. Maybe exhaustion, maybe nothing. But the feeling stayed, like a shadow that never left. Studio microphone, narration cue, ominous. Every love story begins with a choice. For Evelyn Carter, it was the choice to care. For Daniel Reeves, it was the chance to be believed. Neither knew what it would cost them. Cloud with Rain scene, 2 weeks later. Daniel was improving. Physical therapy, slow steps, smiles returning. He thanked Evelyn for her patience. Told her she was different. Gentle, sincere. She brushed it off. It's just my job. But part of her wondered, did she care more than she should? At lunch, Tanya caught her staring out the window. Thinking about him again? He's been through a lot. So have plenty of people. You don't let them all in. I'm not letting him in. You sure? Evelyn changed the subject. But later, she wrote in her planner, why does he feel familiar? Speech balloon hospital gossip begins. By mid-November, staff were whispering. Evelyn spending breaks in room 12. Smiling more. Staying later. Dr. Patel noticed. Evelyn, boundaries matter. Daniel's grateful, but he's vulnerable. Be careful. She nodded. Of course. But that night, she left him a book. The Great Gatsby. Inside the cover. For Better Days. EC. Studio microphone, narration cue, dark fade. It began with empathy. It grew with trust. And soon it would spiral beyond control. Because the man she pitied wasn't who he said he was.